I made my first $1,000 doing UGC. Not $1,000 for a video, not $1,000 for one particular brand, $1,000 in general this year. I just hit that amount with this. I just got an invoice that was paid. And you know what? I thought we'd talk about it because I feel like it'll give you a realistic view of UGC and how it is. I was very resistant to do UGC for an incredibly long time. Hold on, let me just make sure this audio is coming through properly. Okay, yeah, it sounds fine. So it was $1,000 in general, and that's over the course of some months. I think the first one was either in August or September. I don't have my invoice sheet in front of me, but I was so resistant to do UGC for so long because I thought, I was like, oh my god, I don't have these skills to make these videos look great. I was thinking about working with brands, and I was like, why not try this out? As you guys know, I got laid off and I don't have a job currently. I didn't have a job for the entire year. So I was like, why not try this thing, give social media a shot and see how it goes. But yeah, I was very resistant to doing it, and I was like, it seems like a lot of work, and particularly I was just like, oh my god, if I do it, I want to do a good job. And like I said, I was more on like the content creator side of things. I'm not an influencer. I can't influence y'all to buy anything. So I was thinking, okay, maybe if I work with brands, they'll let me create the content how I want, right? So I was like, I'm not reaching out to anybody. If they're interested, they'll reach out to me, which they did. And I was so surprised. So with that UGC money, it particularly comes from 2 brands that I've worked with continuously, which if you follow me on either page, you would see and you would know. And I thought it would be, because I've worked with other brands in like the gifting sense and not getting paid sense. I thought it would have been easier sometimes than what it was. It does actually take quite a bit of work, and it's not as simple. Some brands will give you like a general guideline and just be like, create whatever you want, which I have one that's kind of like that, but they still give me a guideline. And then some brands will be like, here's an entire thing that we want you to hit all of these steps. This is what we want you to show. It's sort of like when you get guidelines in school to write an essay about a topic, and then you got to make like a 20-page paper out of it. So it can be quite complex. But when I had somebody was running behind me and I only heard them as they approached me. Y'all know I'm shy with that. But anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, when I had the first brand reach out, I quickly did research. I was like, I gotta know what it is that I'm gonna be talking about, or what they're gonna be talking about, or what contract it looks like, etc., etc., etc. So I sat down, me and ChatGPT, and I asked all the questions to figure out what would make sense for me to charge, what these terms that brands might throw out would mean, etc. So I had at least like a little bit of knowledge. And as I was just starting out, and again, I don't have the greatest video skills in the world, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, this seems like a reasonable amount to charge, etc., etc., etc. So hence it's $1,000 over a set of months for a set of videos. So when y'all see creators being like, oh, I make $3,000 this month doing UGC, sometimes that's like 30 videos, 15 videos, 10, depending on how big the creator is, depending on their skill set, etc. It's not just one. I mean, sometimes, I guess for really large like influencers and stuff like that, it might be. But my platform wasn't that large. Again, I wanted to charge what I thought was a reasonable amount, which is what I did. So hopefully that gives you sort of like a realistic view. And I've even since then still had brands reach out to work with me, and I have stated like, okay, now I know what my value is. Now I know the range of what I want to charge sort of like across the board. I'm not gonna let you pay me lower than that and then have it be this whole set of work for a little bit of money. So don't be afraid to say no. I have, because I'm still not trying to make this like a full-time thing right now, I guess. So I'm not taking everything as it comes, and I feel like it would sort of be hard to renegotiate the price after you've already given them one, especially if you have sort of like that reoccurring open contract with a brand. You can't be like, oh, this is what I was charging you. You can't be like, okay, I was charging you $100. Now I want to charge you $500 all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to make sense. So, but you know, I've done gifted collaborations. Now I don't do them as much unless I really like the brand. I usually only will do collaborations with brands that I'm actually really interested in, or products that I actually really want. I don't see any point in just doing stuff to do them, because I've looked at some things and I'm like, yeah, I'm not promoting vitamins. I'm not promoting anything that somebody has to ingest, because I know how funny I am with that kind of stuff. And if anything happens to anyone on that front, no, thank you. So that kind of stuff I've stayed away from. But yeah. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into what a nano influencer, because that's what I am, not even micro, nano, what that looks like, you know, and how the money might come. Obviously, some people put way more work into it than I do. I don't outreach it to any brand. So far, I have not done that. I've applied to certain ones on like, I think like Aspire, etc. I only had one reach out to me, but the price, they were including the price of the product in what they wanted to pay me, and I don't include that in my price. So I was like, when you up this price, you can let me know. Other than that, I haven't gotten into any that I've applied there. And listen, I'm fine with that. We're all figuring it out. So it's not that bad. But yeah, that's it.